Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Much respect to the brothers that are out there preaching and teaching the truth worldwide across the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom for this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim and Akwaf that might be listening to this lesson on today. This is your brother Abad Yabah, coming through with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And the title of my lesson is Passing on the Knowledge. Now, passing on the knowledge is basically segueing into mentorship. And we know, as in this truth, the men that came before us more definedly as the elder apostles that came before us became mentors and on down, until now. And we ourselves that are preaching and teaching have become mentors to other younger brothers. So we must continue that, trend until we're up out of here, to be mentors to those that are in this truth, to show them the way and to allow them to where they're able to preach and teach the gospel, the good news to others. So without further ado, I'm going to go into my scriptures. And my first scripture is Proverbs 1:5. And it reads, it says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. So from hearing from the apostles and elders and other brothers, we will increase our learning. We have, what I'm saying, and a man of understanding will, attain unto wise counsel. So they will seek, guidance from those that are wiser than them, and that's what we do in this truth, and that's what we have learned to do, and that's what we continue on to do in order for us to continue on in this fight. Proverbs 9:9, my next scripture reads, it says, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. So as we get that in instruction, from, those that we learn from, we become wiser. I'm saying that if we, pay attention and we do the things that we should do as a wise man. And then, and as we're being taught, I'm saying, we're gonna become even more learned and righteous in those areas. I'm saying? So it's about the teaching, it's about the, instruction, it's about everything, but most of all, it's about the humility of it. I'm saying? Because, in this truth, it's not about your age, it's not about, I'm saying, your stature, it's not about anything that comes with what the world seems to think. I'm saying? It just comes with, how the Spirit is placed upon us and how we ourselves are governed under that Spirit being placed upon us. Proverbs 13:20, and it reads, it says, he that walketh with the wise shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. So it's the company that you keep. As with anything, we know we want to be amongst wise men because we want to be wiser. So as the saying, goes, who you basically hang around is what you will become. So if we're amongst wise men, we cannot help but to be wise because they won't allow us to do. Those wise men will not allow us, those that are with them, to do foolish things. What I'm saying? But when you're amongst fools, that's what fools do, and they'll end up being destroyed because of their unpredictability and a lack of discipline. And that brings me to, when I say discipline, Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. So when we are, mentorship, it also, it basically also covers I was just trying to think of the right word. It covers your children as well as men, having a man child, what I'm saying? He has to be that mentor, what I'm saying? Show him, that first and foremost example uh, as to how a man should act and how a man should be. And that's mentoring, your sons, what I'm saying? And mentoring those that you have in your household, because we have different, you know, uh, sets of children. Some of us have just all girls, some of us have all boys, and some of us have mixed. But if you have a man child, what I'm saying, then you want to make sure that you teach him in the way of the truth, and teach him how a man should be in this truth. You know what I'm saying? If you train him up, then he's gonna follow that, and he's not gonna depart from that. And that brings me to, Proverbs 27:17. Uh, and I'm kind of running through this pretty fast because I'm I'm just getting out of the plantation, so I want to make sure I get this lesson done. But Proverbs 27:17, it reads, it says, "Iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend." So we know Yahweh shall give us our gifts and talents. You know what I'm saying? We all have different aspects of the truth, and the way we learn it, and how we receive it, and how we become more in tune with it. So when we're amongst each other, when we fellowship, or when we're around each other, we sharpen each other. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, you might know more scriptures, or you might know more of the Hebrew language, or you might know, more of the breakdowns. You might, know more of the prayers. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, whatever your gift is, whatever your talents are, and however you, are being utilized in this truth, then, you sharpen one another in that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you mentor, each other in that. And that brings me to my next scripture, and that's Timothy 2:2. And the things, and the reason says, "And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also." So in this, is the basic example, which is Paul in this scripture. You know what I'm saying? The basic example is basically showing, his showing the way, and it's been seen. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to see it in order to learn from it. And to learn from it, what I'm saying, is being mentored, and he's showing that, he's done these things, these great things, amongst many witnesses. And that same thing, should be, brought down through, faithful men that are really in this truth, that really desire it. And the way that is going to come down is to where those men that see, a man of faith, a man in this truth, they learn from him, and then they in turn, mentor someone else, and on down, and that's how it's been brought to us. You know what I'm saying? To myself, I can only speak for myself, how I learned it, what I'm saying, from the apostles on down. You know what I'm saying? Just started off, looking at one of the elder brothers, but uh, as I learned, you know what I'm saying, to listen and learn from the apostles, and so on and so forth, to be mentored, and I've been privileged, and I've been blessed, to learn from many elder brothers and the apostles as well, you know what I'm saying, and it's really blessed my life and blessed my family's life, because, without that mentorship, not necessarily always being hands-on, but some of it, being hands-on, just teaching me the way, it is allowed me to teach other brothers, and allow me to, be a mentor to others. And my final scripture is in 1 Peter 5, 1-5, and it reads, it says, "The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder, and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of Yahweh, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over Yahweh Shemashah's heritage, but being in samples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility, for the Most High resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. And that basically sums up the whole lesson. You know, uh, the elders and the apostles, you know what I'm saying, have been, you know, encouraged, you know, to do the things that they've done, and that they've been able to, you know, have that relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua in order to, you know, continue on in the fight and in the faith, you know what I'm saying, and they have blessed others to grow in the faith and you know, continue to do that faithfully and willingly, you know, without trying to be paid for it or be popular or for anything of this worldly nature of carnal, you know, substance. They've done it for the Spirit being on them, and to do it, you know, to bless the Lord, you know, and they've continued to do it in a way to lead the men, you know, to lead and be an example of those men that they have under them and that have been growing, that they have mentored, you know, and in that, you know, the blessing is to be, you know, that when Yahushua comes back, they'll receive a crown for just doing, you know, the work and doing it in truth and sincerity, and doing it to bless and mentor others. And it says also, you know, for the younger to, you know, make sure that you submit yourselves to the elders. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're humble in your ways and your doings and your comings and goings. And that way you'll be, you know, a great mentor, a great leader, and show, you know, the blessings, you know what I'm saying, and how, you know, the Most High, he blesses those that are humble, but he disdains and he, you know, dislikes those that are proud. So when we're in this truth and when we're in this fight, we know it has to be humility. We know we have to do it for the passion and desire to have the relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, knowing that this is our reasonable service. You know, so it's all about, you know, passing on the knowledge, you know, passing on the blessing. And with that, you know, we are preaching and teaching to those, you know, women and children and men, you know what I'm saying, that may soon come into the truth, or at least have the ability to come into the truth, you know what I'm saying, if the Spirit be on them, you know what I'm saying. But we have to build each other up, and it's built up through the knowledge, it's built up through the wisdom, it's built up through the understanding of this word, and, you know, so the knowledge and in turn the mentorship is the blessing that we can receive from this truth and this walk. And we want to make sure that we build up, you know, great men, you know, great examples to the younger brothers, you know what I'm saying, to the younger men in this truth, because mentorship is necessary. You know, if it's necessary, you know, otherwise it's definitely necessary in this truth. And we have to make sure that we're doing that as men, and making sure that we're being examples, but also learning and making sure that the knowledge that we give to the younger brothers or those that are seeking knowledge from us, that it's the right knowledge, and it's the knowledge that is from the book, and it's not leaning to our own understanding. So with that being said, that is the conclusion of my lesson. I pray that all that were listening were edified. And as always, I give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. And until my next lesson, Shalom.